by introducing our current head coach, Brian McCloskey, who'd like to say a few words. Brian?
I'm very touched to see so many familiar faces back here today. And I apologize because I didn't memorize this, Russ, but there are a couple things I really feel are important for me to say. Not only is this a special day for Russ and former players, but I think it's a special day because on these walls here we have all the former teams and players, and I think the legacy that Russ and his athletes left here is what we're really here to honor today. And those of you who've been around UNH and our men's and women's teams know it's a very proud legacy. There's a symmetry to life that's, very undeniable, and I think it's interesting the way these two walls are positioned, and I talk about symmetry a lot, but when I looked at this wall a year or two ago, it occurred to me, on the men's side, you sort of had this one father figure in Charlie Holt, and I knew we had our own, and I knew we needed to put our own mark on this wall, and that's what we're here today to do. I love to tell the story with my players about the cat. It's one of my favorite stories. and you're going to laugh because it's not that cat. What was the name of your cat, Coach?
Olivia.
Olivia. But it's an interesting analogy because I always tell players that you've got to be careful what you chase in life. Because like the cat, it'll run under the table and behind the couch and you'll never get it. And a lot of people in life chase fame and fortune and titles and recognitions. And I think it's very fitting that the man to my left is pictured with a cat because obviously he had no problem having the cat jump up in his lap. And that's because his priorities were so in line. Russ coached in an era when class and dignity, humility were involved. And in this generation, unfortunately, you got to work pretty hard to see those qualities. And Russ, I think what I feel most strongly about is that you have stayed involved with your athletes and the mark that you've made on them, and I see some of them here today, and a number of them are on our board and contribute regularly, and I think it's really, really critical. I know we're on a clock. I just want to say this is a special day for me as well, because the fact that you are allowing us to put your name on this wall to honor all of the players, both current and former, is very special to me, and I'm honored and proud to be a part of this program and to have followed in your footsteps.
When I came here in 2000, there wasn't this type of reception for women's hockey. There wasn't the outreach from the alums and the friends, and I just think it's wonderful. And I want to weave a little of the old and new, and I'll give Brian kudos as he walks away, and Brian and Aaron and everyone coming back and embracing this program that you started, Russ. All of you are college athletic fans, no doubt. A lot of you are participants. An institution's awfully lucky to have one iconic sport. Most schools don't have one. As Brian said, we have two. We have the men's and women's hockey programs here at UNH, and we're awfully fortunate for that, and we all embrace that. Even more importantly, though, Russ, what you did and you accomplished, you did in a time when there wasn't a lot of support for women's athletics. I think all of us know the stories about how you did do everything yourself. And I'm not taking anything away from the university or the administrators at the time, because God knows they had challenges that still exist for all of us. But in every way, shape, and form, you and the women on this wall were pioneers. And that's a great story nationally. That's not just a great story at UNH. I think everybody here, and Russ, should take great pride for what you've done for women's athletics, regardless of the sport. And I hope everyone appreciates that.
Get the bottom.
Give it a yank, I think. I had to do everything.
Real big spender, very good looking, so with me. We really love you.
I don't know where these traditions originated, but I'm glad they let me unveil this because I did everything when I was here to keep with tradition, and I'm overwhelmed, obviously, with everybody's good wishes and coming out for this, and the setting for this program that's gone on to such a high standard. It's we're proud, all of us that were here during those beginning years are proud, gratified that we're part of this, and we were the foundation for it. And I see so many of you who are going on to adult life and families, children, and other professions, and it's just I just am so happy I had a chance to be with you in those years before you graduated. I I don't know what I can't say. I don't have the words that would be match this this great display here, but there's a lot of fine people and came through, obviously. The cat story is another matter. Was something that just happened without any plan. But we had a good time. We weren't supported like teams are now, but we derived a lot of benefit from what we had. We went a long way with it. So I'm just thankful to the administration and all the people behind the scenes and the Women's Friends of Hockey that have worked and maintained this program in the way that we all wanted it to be maintained. And so I hope I haven't changed too much, and I tend to talk too much because I was used to a captive audience. It's nice to see one, and you know, the story in the paper, everybody's seen it. I go in the store in Durham, somebody knows me and the quotes, totally out of context. They were all from videotaping sessions, monster sessions with videotape when it was early, and we got a lot out of it, but it was pretty rough on the players, and I would just comment very declarative sentences, and people took it and try to improve. So, but you know, as I said to my wife, it sounds like something when you see it in the paper, stark like that, one after the other. It sounds like a 19th century bizarre character. You know, my wife will say, "Well, you are bizarre." You know? At the time, it worked. So, and a lot of other things. So, I am so pleased you're all here. I hope you'll join me in watching this great game coming up, and I thank you immeasurably for all that you've contributed and wished for, and joined me in sharing this this really milestone that we are on the wall, so to speak. That is me up there. It's the same coat. I couldn't find the hat. It's a Brooks Brothers raincoat from the original Brooks Brothers store in Midtown Manhattan. I don't know, I had money then, before I came to UNA. Shopped in places like that.
I can't get